I'm gonna turn this music off a moment. Okay. Good morning. We are going to use a strap today, so have that available. Not planning on using blocks, even though you can have them just in case. That's it. So for today's practice, I wanted to start off by saying 15 years ago, I was giving birth to my baby boy, who is now 15. And I'll get to see him later this afternoon. He's with his dad right now. But when he was younger, I would call him Gabriel Lights because he just emitted so much light and joy. And he still emits a lot of light and joy, even though he's now a teenager and doesn't smile as much. But he still just has so much light inside of him. It's amazing. Whenever I get stressed out about something, he's my little guru. He's like, Mom, remember to breathe. I'm like, okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do when he leaves home. But anyway, today I thought for his birthday, but also in honor of tomorrow being the summer solstice, we would talk about the summer solstice being the longest day of daylight every year, at least in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it's the shortest day because it's the winter solstice for them. But for us, it's the longest day of daylight. And I heard this called the expanding light. And I love that term, the expanding light. In fact, the ashram where I got trained to teach yoga was called the expanding light. So it means a lot to me to hear that term. So when we think about the light expanding and the light being the brightest and lasting the longest all year, in the spiritual side of things or in the energetic side of things, we often say that there are new things, new light coming onto the planet and new light coming in for humanity. And with what's happening through this period of time, you may have noticed some scientific reports or data or NASA talking about tons of solar flares leaving the sun and being driven towards us. I don't know if you guys ever looked that stuff up, but there's been a lot more of that happening. And in the spiritual community, they look at the light as bringing not just energy with it, but inside the energy is consciousness itself. So within the consciousness is information and intelligence. So we're all being gifted these divine light codes that are being downloaded to us, especially during this time of the year. And with it being this time of the year, I want you to consider when you're centering and when you're practicing and getting quiet, or even at the end of Shavasana, how you can accept, how you can embrace, and how you can be this light, not just for yourself, but for others. Let's just end with that for now. And have your strap within hand's reach down onto your back. Now, if your shoulders are available to take the star-shaped position with your arms in a Y positioning overhead, then take that shape. If your shoulders are feeling uncomfortable in that position, just bring them down at another angle, then that's fine. But I want you to notice, if you can make your shape this way, how expansive you can feel internally and externally. So just sprawl out and take up this space. It's okay to be off your mat at certain points. With your eyes closed, I want you to imagine at your third eye, there is a blinking light, a spotlight turning on and off, on and off. Take a deep breath in. And as you allow that breath to escape back out, breathe down and drop into your heart. And in your heart, I want you to imagine with each beating or pulsation of the heart, there's another blinking light. Blinking with each pulse of the heart. So we talk about the highest electromagnetic field residing in the heart space. This is where we hold the love and the light within the metaphysical heart, within the seat of the soul. And when we're dwelling and abiding in our hearts, that light comes up to shine out from our eyes. Because the eyes are said to be the window to the soul. And the physical eyes correlate back to the third eye, the all-seeing eye, and the brow. As you're picturing this light coming and going, also remember that science says that when our cells are studied underneath a microscope, our cells are blinking on and off, coming into existence, appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. So really you can imagine the entirety of your body blinking on and off. Maybe say internally to yourself, I open to receive and celebrate this new light coming in. This new light turning on, and this new light turning up my inner awareness. Then on your next in-breath, go ahead and begin to close the feet more together. Bring the arms down, find your strap. Pull the right hand towards your chest so that the strap will now wrap around the ball of the right foot. And send it skyward. Create that dorsiflexion in the foot. Powering up through the heel. And stretching along through the left leg on the floor. Find your edge of flexibility with your hamstrings. Not forcing or wanting the leg to be anywhere else. Just coming into full acceptance of where you are. Now bring both ends of the strap into your right hand. Lower your left hand to plug down your left hip. And then send that leg to the right side of the room. Notice how the stretch moves towards the inner thigh. Because we're talking about the summer solstice and all this extra light coming in, we're going to be building up towards two poses today called face of light and ray of light. They have other names that I'll share later. Inhale, let's bring the leg back up overhead. Swap hands to hold the strap. Bring your right arm out shoulder height and then turn into your twist. Let the leg cross over your midline, roll towards your left hip. And then stretch out through the right limbs.
On your next in breath, roll back to center. And as you exhale, bend the knee, remove the strap. Slide your right leg out, bend your left knee in. Swapping sides for Padagustasana A. Flexing through the ankles, pushing the foot into the fabric, and finding your personal edge. Noticing how it feels, and even comparing the two sides without judgment. Just noticing where life is showing up in your body and where you may be holding stress or tension. So yes, we're trying to embrace and become more light, but the goal of the practice is to develop more freedom. Yesterday was June 19th, which has now become a federal holiday to celebrate the ending of slavery. All of us can become imprisoned somehow in our own mental boundaries, in our own state of conditioning. So maybe also consider what you need to break free from. Take both ends of the strap into your left hand and send the leg off to the left side of the room. Padagustasana B. And our blissful flow practice today, we built up for firefly. That's an arm balance. We're not building up for that in gentle. But we built up to firefly because the fireflies and the lightning bugs come out this time of year. And they're very magical when you're outside, seeing the backyard light up. And it's symbolic of joy and wonder and hope. Inhale, let's bring that leg back up to the top. Let's swap hands and let it lean across the midline, rolling towards the twist. Let your belly bellow as you breathe. Improving our breath can help us to tap back into our inner light. Inhale, let's return out of the twist. And then exhale, bend the knee, remove the strap. All right, set that strap to the side a moment. Plug both knees in here. So we're going to continue with our warm up. So as you inhale, extend the arms out and the legs up. And as you exhale, separate the feet wide like a V. Inhale, bring the legs together, and exhale, hug the knees in. I love this little flow. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, waterfall. Exhale, supine konasana. Inhale, waterfall, and exhale, wind release. Continue. There's a physical action with each part of the breath. One more. And now holding your knees in, and affirming. I reduce my scattered forces to rise up and away into the light. Allowing the light to transmute those energies. All right, let's bring the feet back to the floor. Then let's roll over to the right side. We're gonna pick ourselves up, and before you come all the way up, bring your strap with you. Because these straps are so long, let's fold it in half. Once you fold it in half, look down at your feet, line them up side by side. Toes pointed straight ahead. Hold the strap shoulder distance apart. Inhale, lift the arms straight up. Exhale, curve to the right. Continue to breathe. Inhale, back up. Exhale, take it to the left. Continue to hold and breathe. Inhale, back up. As you exhale, you're bringing the strap just behind your head, as though you're trying to pass the strap towards a person behind you. So keep pressing the arms back, which opens the shoulders, which opens the chest. And it's going to help to release some tension that we've been holding in that trapezius zone. Inhale, elevate the arms. Exhale, bring them down. Separate one hand from the strap so you can cross it behind your back. Shoulders roll back and arms lift up. So this is going to be preparing us for one of our light poses. Actually both. Face of light and ray of light has some work with the shoulders. And then as you exhale, release. Okay, we're going to start our flow. So the strap can be set aside. Stay at the top of your mat, bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. As you inhale, let your arms circle wide and up, Urdhva. And exhale, place your palms together and humbly bow. From here, inhale, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, spill back down. Inhale to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. We do a couple more half sun sounds just like that. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lift and lengthen out through the vertebrae. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, recenter. We're going to do one more. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow out. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're going to step back with the right foot. When you step back with the right foot, your front knee is going to stay lunging, and it's going to be kind of sent towards the second and third toe. All right, so on the inhale, we're straightening the front leg and lifting the arms up to frame the face. And as we exhale, we keep the spine erect. We're just lowering the arms and lunging the knee. Super simple. Inhale, straighten up. And then exhale, lunge the knee. Good, continue. Two more. And last one. All right, keep that front knee lunging. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. As you inhale, you're opening up into a little back bend with Goddess arms. And then as you exhale, you're rounding slightly and spilling the head towards the chest. Inhale, you're opening. Exhale, you're slightly rounding. Nothing dramatic. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Now lift the head up on the in breath and step forward on the out breath. Inhale, step your left foot back and relax the arms down. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, lunge the knee, lower the arms. Good, so your spine stays rather neutral. In other words, we're not leaning forward as we lunge the knee. Crown of the head keeps reaching up towards the sunlight. Last one. All right, hands to prayer position, keep that front knee lunging. This is where we're gonna open and expand the chest. And as we exhale, we bow the head to the heart. Continue. Last one. Inhale, lift the head, exhale, step it forward. All right, inhale, step your right leg back. This time, we're gonna take warrior two. So the back foot is gonna be more parallel to the back side of your mat. Your front knee stays lunging and your hips stay open. Okay, you're gonna turn to face that front door and your right arm's gonna hook underneath your left for Garudasana arms. So that left knee lunges and the arms are crossed. Breathe. All right, inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, turn the foot to match the right. Good, inhale, open out the arm, shoulder height. And exhale, hinge down into Prasarita Palattanasana. You can take any variation of this pose. Maybe emphasize the exhalation a little more since it's a forward fold. Next in breath, press through the feet, lift the trunk up with your arms extended. Good, exhale, right arm hooks underneath the left, coming back to Garudasana arms. Good, inhale, rotate your left foot back to face the front of the mat, and exhale, relunge the knee. Warrior two. Inhale, expand the arms, shoulder heights. Exhale, bring the left elbow to reside on the knee, and the right arm's gonna splay up towards the heavens. Make the back foot a little heavier. Take one last breath. Good, exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot, spin away from the back heel. You're in that lower lunge, and we're gonna springboard the back foot forward and close back into self. Affirming here, nothing to know it on this earth, and hold me down on the back. Inhale, root, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we'll do the same sequence to the other side. So the left foot steps back, but you're turning the foot to be parallel to the mat. The feet can be a little wider apart. Front knee lunges, hips stay open. Now lift the arms out, shoulder height. Gaze toward that darker wall and hook your left arm underneath the right. Garuda arms. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Turn the toes to face the same direction. Inhale, expand, open through your arm, shoulder height. Exhale, free fall down. Prasarita Palattanasana, that wide stance, forward fold. The arms can be doing anything, any expression, as long as they're not impeding the lengthening of your back. So continue to allow the head to sink towards gravity. Next, inhale, walk it out. Root the feet, float the arms up, shoulder height. And as you exhale, hook the left arm underneath the right, Garudasana arms. Inhale, rotate the right foot. Exhale, lunge the right knee. Keeping the shoulders over the hips. Keeping your gaze set at one place. Inhale, release the arms, warrior two. Exhale, take side angle, modified or more gentle form. Now that we've been working through some standing poses, we're gonna go into the vinyasa flow. So look down towards the right foot. Bring the hands to frame it, spin off the back heel. Stay in this little low lunge for an extra breath. And when you're ready, step it into your plank. From your plank, push back, downward facing dog. Now from downward facing dog, we're gonna take a little vinyasa. We're gonna sink to knees. We're gonna rock the shoulders past the hands to drip down towards the chin. Asana. Inhale, slither through to the belly, the cobra, Bhujangasana. And exhale, roll it back over the toes to downward facing dog. Be here, breathe here, spread out your hands. Flatten down through your fingers. And let your head bow between the arms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Pranayama. Inhale, come through and up. Over. Exhale, roll it back. We're gonna do one more of those vinyasas. Just kind of review it in your mind's eye. Now let's go for it. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Pranayama. Inhale, slowly through to the belly, Bhujangasana. And exhaling all the way back. Downward facing dog. Fill the seat skyward. And then walk the hands back towards the toes. When your hands walk back towards the feet, you're closing back into Uttanasana. Inhale up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And do a couple more half sun cells at the back of the mat before we move on. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow out. Inhale to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Doing one more on your own with your breath. Now that you come back to your mat, we are going to be doing this against a wall. So those of you at the back wall, you can just stay at the back wall. Any of you at the front, you're welcome to move up here with me. So it's amazing to me that, you know, knock on wood, I haven't had to deal with cancer personally, but I know several people that are dealing with that now. Several in my family. I have several people dealing with skin cancer. I've got one dealing with breast cancer. One of my good friends from here is dealing with colon cancer. But what's amazing to me is that when they're going through this experience, there are moments where, yes, they need encouragement, they need upliftment, they need support. But there's also times where their light is still really bright and shiny. And it's just so inspiring. This pose that we're getting ready to do was created specifically for women and men who have dealt with breast cancer, that have had to have surgery, that have had to have, you know, tissues removed from their breast or their lymph nodes taken out from their armpit. And any type of surgery, when they go through the fascia, it will create, I just lost the term. Scar tissue. Scar tissue, thank you. And that scar tissue can be opened up again through deep stretching and deep breathing. And so we're gonna do what's called pink dog. And it's, the most gentle way is with the wall or a chair. And that's the way we're gonna do it here. So it looks like this. I'll just demo it for you really quick. You do like a wall push, similar to down dog. Notice I'm not collapsing in my shoulders or in my lower back. I'm keeping the shoulders up, I'm keeping my belly plugged in. One foot will step behind the other and spin down, and the legs create the shape of the ribbon. And then we push back through the hips more, and then we're gonna lift this opposite hand and cup it. So the stretch really gets into this section. And you're also gonna feel it elsewhere, but that's the main priority here. So you wanna come to the wall and try it? So we'll start with the wall push first. And make sure your belly's drawing in to support your low back. Your feet are flat to the floor, your thighs are rolling in and back. Your head's angled between the arms. You're looking straight down. All right, let's cross the right foot behind the left ankle and spin that heel to the floor. And then stretch long through the spine, push back into your hips, and then cup your right hand, come to the fingertips. You can even drop the head and look up underneath the right arm if that's okay for your neck. This is called pink dog. When it actually made press in the yoga journal, because it was a newly invented pose about a decade or more ago, they called it twisting dog because they didn't want to isolate it to breast cancer. But the original teacher who created it referred to it as pink dog. All right, uncross. And stretch back into that wall push again. Engage your core. Now left foot steps behind, heel plants down. And then reinvest in the length of your back and cup your left hand. And maybe cast your gaze up underneath the left arm. And breathe. All right, you're gonna walk closer to the wall with your right side facing the wall and your right arm behind you with your palm flat. And we're getting ready for the poses that I said we were gonna build up to today. Ray of light and face of light. So notice if you're leaning into the wall, only your right palm should touch the wall. Good. Toes point straight ahead, your head's lifting up. Breathing into that connective tissue. And let's all take a cleansing breath. So breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And relax your right arm. Turn your whole body. Left side's facing the wall. Left arm goes up the wall behind your back. Square off the shoulders, square off your hips. Lead it with a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the hands slip down. All right, we're coming back to the mat. We're going to focus on face of light first. So take the strap and hang it over your left shoulder. And your left arm is going to float up, and the palm is going to face the wall behind you. And then the arm, grab the strap. Your free hand is gonna tuck the arm in a little closer to the side of the head. And then it's gonna free up, wrap behind the back, and find the strap. Once you find the strap with your right hand, maybe slide or walk it up. And then if you're protruding out with your ribs, let your ribs slide back into your skin. Close your eyes. This is face of light. Close your eyes and imagine your face is illuminated with light. And how are you picturing that light? A red ray, an orange ray, a yellow ray, a green ray, a blue ray, a purple ray. Or is it white for purity? Is it gold for spiritual alchemy? Gently release the right hand. Bring that strap with you with your right hand. All right, let's take it over the right side. And then sail the right arm up. Turn the palm back. Find your strap. Tuck that arm in, that is helpful. And then the left hand will find the strap at your low back. You can wiggle or walk it up. Might be able to extend the fingers and hook them together. And then notice if you're shortening on one side of your body, lengthen up through both sideways. Breathe up into your heart, breathe up into your face. Affirming here as you hold free in my heart, I choose to live without fear. I turn away from fear and turn back to the light. Release that. Release the strap. So the full Gomukhasana involves the crossing of the legs. I thought I would focus on the shoulders today. We're going to bring it back down to the floor. If you want to come down through a squat, so you can separate your feet, you can bend your knees. You take this pose for a couple breaths before you come down to the floor. You may want to use that strap for ray of light pose. And speaking of ray of light, I didn't know this pose was called this. You can come out to sit. Because in Ashtanga, they call it Varichyasana. And there's Varichyasana A, B, and C, I believe this is one of those. And it does require a binding of the arm, which is why we're gonna maybe use a strap. So the first thing I want you to do is bend the right knee. And let's just move into Janu Sirsasana first, and then we'll move into Ray of Light. Let's use that strap and hook it around the leg. Notice when you give a little tug to the strap, your foot might actually levitate away from the floor. Don't pull that hard. Let the foot descend down to the mat. Lift your chest up, and as you exhale, tilt forward. Yep. Bring the strap together, walk the hands towards the foot, and continue to fold. You can stop anywhere along the way. Keeping the breath nice and open. Slowly come up. Okay. We're not going to use the strap for this one. I've decided to get We're gonna do it, but we're not gonna worry about the strap. Sometimes the strap can get weird. Okay, right knee bent. If you lean into your left hand, sometimes it makes it a little easier to descend in the inside of that right knee. And then once you're on the inside of this knee, we're turning the thumb down, out, and around. So you're constantly turning the hand, turning the hand, turning the hand until you can't turn it anymore, and it hooks. And then when it hooks in front of the shin, you bend the elbow and bring the hand just to the back of your leg. Now reach out through the left arm. Turn that thumb down, swing that hand behind the back. Your hands may not even come close, or they might be able to hook the fingers together. This is ray of light. This is one of the Marichiasana poses. Marichi was one of the original yogic sages. Roll it out. Slide your right leg out. Bend your left knee. And open up from the hip. All right, so that's not a very gentle pose, but it was like, it did pretty good.
Feels really good.
I'm glad you
I've
got
got shoulder issues, so all of this feels amazing.
Yay, good.
No, that's good.
Because that or the arm balance, you know, so I went with what I thought was easier. All right, bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. Lift up energetically and then hinge forward. And after you hinge, you can bring the straps together. Walk it towards the foot, lengthen out through the spine, and drop into your edge of flexibility, wherever that may be today. Slowly exit out. Bend the left knee. This foot needs to separate a little bit so that the left arm can come to the inside. And we'll spin, turn that hand, that arm until it hooks. Once it hooks, the right arm can extend out, and then it can circle behind you. We're gonna come down to our backs. And hug the knees in. And then the arms are gonna open wide so the knees can fall off to the left side. Making a simple supine twist. So please know that the twist helped to activate all 7 of the chakras, all 7 of these energy centers in the body. So think about those centers lighting up. From the red to the orange, to the yellow, to the green, to the blue, to the purple.
You may have heard the term light worker, and it refers to anyone who looks at their life work as a way of spreading more light. And even though yoga teachers and Reiki practitioners are considered light workers, really anyone can be a light worker. It doesn't matter what field of work you do, as long as you're being that beacon of light wherever you are. Inhale, draw the knees through center, and exhale, let them pour over to the right. While you're here on this side, I want to share with you a quote that I know you've heard in the past. It's always good to hear it again. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Imagine what love like that can do. It can light up the entire sky. The sun is our main source of light. Can we be unconditional with our love? Now gently roll back to center, hug your knees in. And then you can either come back into that star shape that we started our practice with, the yin form of corpse, or feel free to take an alternate position that's going to speak to you. So if you want the bolster, you need the arms to be in a different shape. Take your time setting up now. I'm going to change out the music. During this time of inner reflection, I want you to ask yourself the question, are you doing what brings you joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction? We are in joy, we are in the light. So if you're not doing what brings joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction, it's time to implement more of that, especially through these sun-filled days. Posing the question, are you using your own unique gifts? In other words, are you sharing and spreading your light? So what lights you up? Meditate on this for the next few minutes. so that you can light up your life. in the flow of your breathing. Start to activate a little movement. When you're ready, exiting out of your pose, joining me in a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. Consider moments when we feel a little dark and depressed, how we feel isolated, alone, lost, full of doubt or confusion. But when we are connected and living in the light, we have more joy and optimism, hope, faith. So when I'm indwelling in my heart space, you are indwelling in your heart space. This is how we're capable of experiencing the connection, the wholeness, the contentment, the love, light. Holds it all together. Let's be and live in the light. Let's accept and embrace the new life that's coming to us. And may any divine light codes awaken not only our awareness, but heighten our consciousness. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. For coming today.